Hello there, Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading. We are looking at June 2026 for your money and your career, and this is for all Saggy, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So, Saggy, you start out the month being the star of the show. Of course, we've got a blue moon, a full moon in your sign on the 31st of May. And so, this energy will, of course, carry through to the first few days of June for you guys. So this can be a perfect opportunity for you to release something, release some baggage so that you can spread your wings and fly and have some adventures or new beginnings or make some changes or just have fun. In the month of June, some of you are planning some vacations. This can sometimes, with a full moon there, be an indicator to travel light. If you're usually a heavy packer, this can represent that if you're wanting to make some changes, then you've got to release something. You've got to let something go. Old ideas, old habits, whatever it happens to be, an old job, right? You got to let go of the old one so you can start the new one. So this can be a time of transition for you guys. But of course, a blue moon does bring about a little bit of magic. So there could be some surprises that are headed your way, and they might be quite sweet. A full moon can be about closure, the end of a cycle. Look back 6 months ago to December 2025 to the new moon in your sign. What was going on? What were you manifesting? What were you starting new? What stage were you at? And then sometimes when we reflect a little bit, we see that we've actually come a lot farther than we give ourselves credit for, but there could be some blossoming abundance or some opportunities opening up for you. And of course, when we look at our money and career for the month, it's not just incoming money, right? It's also outgoing money. It can be outgoing in investments or outgoing for something that you want to buy, or perhaps because we are coming into summer, you want a vacation. We have Venus moving into Leo on the 13th of this month. So over the next few weeks, this can be a really great time to take the lead, face your fears, have some fun, and of course, also focus on the things that you want to create. Venus, of course, our planet of love and money, resources, creativity, new beginnings, fertility, and growth. And Leo energy is, of course, about having fun. It's ruled by the sun, but it can also bring you growth as well. And Leo is leadership energy, facing our fears, being courageous, right? And going for what we want. And if you are looking to expand your career and move into, like, say, a leadership role, this can be a great time where things are aligning for you to do just that. You could also be your own boss, some of you here as well. So some good energy for that. And of course, we do have the summer solstice this month as well. June 21st, the sun moves into Cancer, longest day of the year. And this can be that little reminder that after the 21st, right, the days start to get a little bit shorter and shorter and shorter. So this can, for some people, be that reminder that the clock is ticking on something here and we need to get going. We need to get started, or we need to accelerate our progress in some way. Let's see what the cards have in store for you. Round and round number 25. Okay, something we got to stop here. You're going around in circles. The round and round energy is that repetitive cycle, right? And it's like, I've been here before, been there, done that, and I keep expecting different results, but it's all same. So this can be where you really do need to have a look. And what am I repeating? Where do we keep going around and around? Are we just circumventing a problem, right? Are we spinning our wheels instead of moving forward? Are we going side to side, right? So this represents these events, these situations, these habits, these patterns, right? Where we're experiencing the same things over and over again. So the challenge for you is to break a cycle, right? Look at something from a new perspective. Okay. This can also represent that there may potentially be an opportunity to repeat something. but in a different way. Perhaps you're older, maybe wiser, maybe more experienced, and something that you tried to do at one point in your life, maybe it's coming full circle, maybe it's coming back around again for you. And the challenge, of course, here when you do get this opportunity is to say, okay, how do I make this work this time? Right? Is this an opportunity to propel myself forward? Am I running the risk of slipping into the same habits and patterns as before? Because this can potentially be, a second chance and be a breakthrough moment for you, right? Especially with that blue moon in your sign, it can be a really good time for that. So round and round, right? Where are you going around in circles, right? What are we avoiding? Because we can also be avoiding things with this, right? It's like we're talking certain, especially if you have money matters with a partner, right? With a family member, with a spouse. Sometimes we don't want to have these financial conversations. Money is triggering for some people, right? And because some people, money is tied to their happiness. Maybe it shouldn't be, but it is, right? I have someone in my life that their only source of happiness is money, only one. And I feel sorry for them a little bit actually, but that's their journey. But it can be their source of happiness, or maybe their money is tied to someone's self-worth, right? And or perhaps there's events from their childhood, which is usually where our money habits and stories are formed, right? So sometimes with our spouses at home, we're circling around the real issue, and we've got to get to the heart of it. Otherwise, we're just gonna never gonna make any progress. So a little bit of a challenge for some of you guys in June. We also have go the distance. All right, 47, card number 47 there for you. Go the distance. Some of you, your perseverance is paying off. You have been on a journey, you've been on a marathon, and with the checkered flag right there, you are right on the cusp here of crossing that finish line. You've been, on a journey for the long haul, long-term career. Maybe you've been in the same kind of job or the same company for a long time. Some of you here, maybe you're about to retire, or you may actually see a finish line. It's like, I've been in this position for 10 years and I'm ready for a change. I'm ready for something different. So maybe you see the goalpost there and you're like, you know what? I think that, if there's an opportunity opening up in my company, I'm going to go for it, right? If there's something outside of my company, I'm going to go for it, right? Because you're in something for the long haul here. So whether you're wrapping up a cycle for something where you've been in the same situation for a long time, or whether you are looking to make some change, right? That checkered flag, that goalpost that's right in your sights here, and you are going to reach that goal, whatever that is. This can also represent plan financially for the long term, not for the short haul, because this particular message here is about a marathon, right? Life is a marathon, not a sprint. Sometimes, yes, we need to do little sprints along the way, but ultimately, right, we're hopefully going to live a long time, right? So in our material world we live in, we do need to make plans far out in the future. So if you're making investments, depending on where you are in life, you might want them to be in something a little bit more secure, right? It's like, I want my investment to grow a little bit, but I don't want to lose anything, right? I don't want it. So assess your level of risk, right? Again, your career path, right? Do I see myself doing this for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years, right? Or am I ready for a little bit of change? Okay. So wherever you are, you're in it for the long haul. And, and sometimes things take longer to come to fruition as well. Especially if you're like doing any manifestations or anything like that. And so just remember that there is a checkered flag here. So there's something here on the horizon for you. And we do need to be open and patient, right? We do need to make sure that we're staying positive. And you're usually pretty good at that there, Saggy. But hey, we all have our bad days, right? So just stay positive, look on the horizon. Okay, let go of anything tugging you back into the past that you can't change. All right, and go for it. Okay, it's a little bit of a go for it energy with go the distance. Let's get some more cards for you. Seven of Cups. Judgment. King of Wands. You're taking action to break yourself out of a cycle, out of a rut. The Seven of Cups can be a really good card because it can represent that you've got a lot of different options. It is also a card of using your imagination, dreaming of something, right, that you desire, something you want. It can be a little bit of a card of fantasy, right? Living in a dream world, living out your life in a dream state. Okay, so like being like an armchair astronaut kind of thing, right? We're sitting there, we're dreaming of all these things, but in the reality, right, we're still in our armchair. Okay, because the Seven of Cups, yes, it can be great for assessing your options and for using your imagination, okay, getting creative, but it can also be a card that has the potential to get us stuck because there's sometimes so many different possibilities that we get lost in a fog, right? It's like, I need to get some clarity here, right? It can be one where we play into our fears as well, right? Because there's so many different cups here, so many different possibilities, but not everything is going to be, maybe for the long term, right? Because it is one where there's fear of choosing wrong. And it is a reminder that if we don't make a choice, that can be the same as choosing wrong, right? Because we're paralyzed with fear. We procrastinate, right? And what does that have us doing? Going round and round, round in circles. So we do sometimes have to face our fear, and that's super awesome that Venus is moving into Leo because we have the courage to face our fears, right? Fearless instead of fearful. But the Seven of Cups, we do sometimes, sit there and look at our situation going, well, I don't have everything I need where I am, right? I'm not making enough money. I don't have security for the future, right? And, but at the same time, it's the devil I know versus maybe the angel I don't know. And so sometimes we can get kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? I want to do something different. I want success, or I want money, or, I want to chase my dream. Okay. But at the same time, what if it's not going to go my way? Well, sometimes that's the chance we have to take, right? Sometimes with great risk comes great reward, right? But we never know until we try. But we can only ever make the choices in life based on our current situation and based on our dreams for the future and based on our past experiences, right? And we use all of those things together to help us make a choice, right? But we do sometimes need to trust, just like the Fool card, right? New beginnings in our future. Trust your journey, trust your instincts, trust your intuition, trust yourself, right? To take that leap. And you're usually pretty good at that there, Saggy. But I feel like here in this energy, because we do have the Judgment card coming out, hey, there's something holding you back. There's something you need to let go of. There's something where you need to break that pattern, that cycle. The Judgment card is about, is about seeing the light, seeing the truth, getting ultimate clarity. But it is one where we're preparing to make some change, or we're preparing to, find that second chance. We get second chances with the Judgment card, and we're trying to figure out, about forgiveness and healing and things like that as well. So this is your time. This is your call. You're being called to, follow your dream, follow your goal, talk about those financial matters that maybe you're going around in circles with, right? What have you been afraid of? Face your fears, right? And the Judgment card can really bring about second chances, right? We can revive something. we can reveal things that have been hidden. So if anything's being beneath the surface, expect a little bit of a revelation some way. There could be something that someone's been hiding when we get the Judgment card, and we've got to bring it out in the open, right? We've got to be honest and truthful, and we've got to deal with things the way they actually are, right? And so that Judgment card is a really important card because, it is where, maybe you or your spouse, right? Maybe you've got like student loans or credit card debt, and perhaps you've been like kind of not talking about them. Maybe not necessarily lying about them, but maybe the subject hasn't come up, or if the subject does come up, the subject gets changed, right? Because sometimes it's embarrassing to have these financial problems, right? But everything out on the table with that Judgment card so that we can make a decision, so that we can deal with things, right? So, it could be something there, and this could be something just within you, right? It doesn't have to involve anyone else, right? What are my dreams? What are my desires? Put them on the table, get them out in the open so that you can really assess things clearly and be honest with yourself. We let go of the things that are really no longer feasible, right? And then we're like, okay, yeah, I've made my decision. And now it's like, woof, and now I'm ready, right? So doesn't matter how big or small it is. But yeah, some of you are really getting ready to let something go. You're being honest with yourself here, whether it's a job or a habit or whatever, we're breaking this cycle, we're breaking this pattern. So it's a really important step, a really important energy. And this is coming up at the beginning of the month. But with the King of Wands here, right, you're taking charge and you're taking action, whatever your situation happens to be. Okay. Some of you here, you're letting go of being small and you're getting ready to be in the spotlight with that King of Wands, whether it's your own business or your entrepreneurial energy, whether it's stepping into a leadership role in your workplace, or just grabbing the bull by the horns and doing something different that's going to improve your career path, improve your financial situation, whether you open your own business, be a consultant for other people, perhaps, because people do tend to gravitate towards you sometimes, or whether you're just, I'm going to stay positive about my situation, about my future. I'm not going to let fears and worries and anxieties hold me back anymore. I'm going to step into this position of power and strength that I am. All right. And this is nice, fiery energy there for you. So whether this is a person you deal with, the King of Wands, maybe someone that you're dealing with your financial matters, perhaps this is a boss, and there's something that you need to get out in the open, right? Maybe your desires for your career path, right? Maybe it's time to have that open, honest conversation with your boss about where you're going or where your boss sees you going. Because if your boss doesn't see you, if you've got some ambitions and your boss doesn't see you doing anything outside your current position, that can be the truth that you need to hear, because they're going to keep you small, right? Because you're good, you're talented, you're knowledgeable, you're a big picture thinker. You can see things in a way that other people can't. But the problem with that is that bosses, they don't like disruption and change, right? If you leave your position, this could make things difficult for your boss. They have to work hard, right? They have to replace you. They have to train you. So it doesn't matter if you could run the whole thing, right? If they're keeping you small for their own purposes, right? That's not going to bode well for you. So sometimes we have to hear those truths. We don't want to, right? But sometimes we have to, right? That's happened to me before. I'm a Saggy rising, right? I had a boss, right? And I could run the whole, I trained everybody, right? Trained everybody all the way up to him, right? He would never, ever move me out of my position. So I left. And maybe that's what you need to hear, right? So anyways, so that King of Wands can be someone really positive in your life, or someone that you need to have an open, honest, truthful conversation with, right? Because you need that clarity and you need to see the light. And it can be that you resolve your issues, you resolve your differences, you get everything out there, and it's a good thing. And the Judgment card, we forgive, we heal, we move on, and now we do things differently, right? But it can also represent someone who maybe they are a catalyst for change for you. But again, this can just be your energy taking the lead. Three of Wands. Love the Three of Wands. Your Three of Wands always a welcome card. We got the Ace of Coins, even more welcome. Very nice. That's in the heart of your reading as well. So it's a focal point. And we got the Nine of Swords. So there is some sort of anxiety that's here. So we need to deal with that. Okay. The Nine of Swords, tossing and turning. We tend to be a little sleepless. We're overthinking, overanalyzing too much in our head, not enough in our heart. The Nine of Swords is a useless energy. And it's here reminding you of that. Okay. When we overthink things, right? Yes, we do need to bring about plans and things like that, but we go around in circles. Nine of Swords, right? It's a theme for you, round and round. The Nine of Swords, we overthink, we overanalyze, we get all wrapped up in our head, right? In the middle of the night, nothing gets resolved pretty much, right? So this is like when we bring things out into the open and we deal with them, boom, our anxieties are gone because now we're not worried about something, we're doing something, right? And so whatever the answers are, okay, at least we have an answer. And quite often the Nine of Swords, things seem worse in the middle of the night, right? Those bumps in the night, they are amplified. But when we bring something into the light of day, judgment card, okay, when we bring things in the light of day and we deal with things, it's like, oh, okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. Or what was I worried about? That was okay, right? And we all have those things, so just be aware of that energy that might creep up on you. But we do have the Three of Wands, the Ace of Coins. Some of you might be spending some money. You're going on a vacation, okay? Some of you also may be coming into some money or starting a new venture. A new business, a new investment opportunity may come up. You might be moving. You might be moving to a new house, a new job. You might be moving your money around there with that. But the Ace brings new, fresh energy, new information, new knowledge, okay, but also money. All right. And so whether you were just making those improvements where we are right now, maybe we're, doing something new and different with our money, our spending habits, like out with the old, in with the new, we're doing things better. Okay. Or whether we're just resolving things. At Three of Wands, it's like, that your path forward is clear, right? Because we've cleared out some energy first and now our path forward is clear. So it's like, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Let's just keep an open mind for the right opportunity, right? Whatever that looks like, whether you're purchasing something, whether you're moving somewhere, whether you, want those investment opportunities, or whether you're looking to maybe go traveling. If you are able, right? Maybe you're holding out, Three of Wands, for like a last minute vacation somewhere because you want a steal of a deal, right? And that could come up too, because the Ace of Coins, all the aces do carry a little bit of luck. The Ace of Coins is like big luck, okay? And you're a lucky sign anyway, so it's like a double dose of luck there for you. Whether it's a matter of being in the right place at the right time, or whether it's just like whoosh, a little bit of a windfall, okay, really positive energy for you there. Okay, keep an open mind. All right, don't fall into this Nine of Swords energy. Granted, the Nine of Swords can also represent a dream. Okay, waking up in the middle of the night because of a dream. So you could potentially have some answers or insight or ideas come in via a dream. But yes, this can be a dream coming true. Got the Eight of Coins. Eight of Coins is a good card. It's about being productive. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Boo, baby. Look at that. That's you. That's your energy. Lovely. And we've got the Four of Swords, a little bit of R&R. So, yep, some of you are going on vacation. You got some peace of mind. And the Four of Swords is an energy of rest and relaxation. Rest and relaxation. But it's also one of meditation. We're calm. We've got our mind is at ease, we're inner peace, and it's lovely, right? Really lovely energy. So calm and peace there for you. But we do have the Eight of Coins. We've got that Wheel of Fortune. So it's like your fortune is on the rise. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is a reminder of the ebb and the flow of life. Sometimes we feel stuck. Sometimes we feel like we're kind of taking on a downturn. Sometimes we feel this is a period of growth and opportunity, and the Wheel of Fortune in the upright is growth and opportunity, good luck, good karma, okay? Those big dose of luck. Ace of Coins coming out with the Wheel of Fortune. Your luck is about to change in some way, okay? And of course, luck isn't always like a big lottery win, although that's probably what a lot of people wish for, okay? But it can feel like you won the lottery, or it can feel like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening to me. But sometimes we make our own luck as well. Remember that. Okay. So the moves that you make and the decisions that you make do bring you into a really positive energy. The eight of coins here can represent, again, some of you, you're ready to level up here, and you just may find that opportunity that you didn't even know you were looking for. That can be your source of luck, because the eight of coins, we're experienced, we're a good worker, we're knowledgeable, we pay attention to details, right? But we're ready to take the next step, right? It's an apprenticeship card, right? So it's one of, I'm working really hard to achieve my financial and my career goals, but I'm ready to take that leap. So it's one where a student graduates and they're ready for their first job. This is where, a worker bee, right, in the cog of the workplace, the worker bee is ready to be like a supervisor or take on more roles and responsibilities, right? Leveling up. The apprentice becomes the Red Seal certificate holder, that kind of thing. So it's like that leap forward. Working for someone else, Knight of Wands, maybe we want to be our own boss. Okay. And so this can be where you expand. And of course, the Wheel of Fortune right beside the Eight of Coins, expansion, right? Taking things up to that next level. So it's really wonderful. But again, with that Four of Swords there, this can be where, you're just making all the right moves in your month, right? The only worrisome card we really have is the nine of Swords. Okay, and that's all about you. You have the power to control or turn off your mind. And the Seven of Cups. But I feel like that Seven of Cups energy is getting cleared out pretty quickly at the beginning of the month, and probably because you've got that full moon in your sign, right? You've got the blue moon. Otherwise, we got money, baby. We got money, we got growth, we've got being in the right place at the right time. This Ace of Coins right in the middle of your reading with that Wheel of Fortune there. The Eight of Coins, good one, might be get a bonus or a raise, you never know. And that Three of Wands, you're keeping your options open, you're looking to the future, and you're ready to pounce. You're ready to accept, you're ready to move forward, right? Whatever that looks like to you. Some of you might have some big moves that you are planning ahead. But again, maybe you're just having a bit of a vacation. Okay, with that Three of Wands can be one of travel. So let's get a few more cards out here for you. And we've got number 14. 14, of course, is related to the Temperance card, which is your energy. There you go, stepping into your power. You are open-minded and always up to try something new, yet you are wise enough to stop and think before you jump into things. This pragmatic approach helps ensure your time, attention, and efforts are meaningful. I am practical. There you go. And we have number 18, Moon card energy. I am kind-hearted. You are both open-minded and open-hearted, and your ambition is to leave this world better than you found it. Ensure that your goals are aligned with the collective need and with the highest good of all. I am kind-hearted. And number 666. Okay, 666 is not an evil number. Okay, yes, there has been evil connotations put behind it depending on your belief system. However, sixes represent peace after a time of difficulty. And what do we end your reading with? Four of Swords, peace. Okay. 666, a wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts so that you can raise your vibration to a more positive frequency. I am centered. Okay, so do look up the deeper meaning of 666 for yourself. Look up the spiritual meaning of that, okay, or the numerological meaning for that, and you won't go down into like some super negative rabbit hole there. But anyway, that is out there for you guys as well. So I'm going to leave all that there for you guys. Those are your messages. I do hope you have an absolutely fantastic month ahead. And I thank you for watching. So I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.